أسارير وجه صبي.
سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح، تنهد يا صاحي كي تستريح، وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح، يسعك الفضاء الرحيم الفسيح. سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح، تنهد يا صاحي كي تستريح، وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح، يسعك الفضاء الرحيم الفسيح. سبيل الدموع.
Today we're going to be talking about Islam and grief. So Muslims believe that death is a part of Allah's plan. Grief and sadness may be expressed as long as our dares not become to wait, laments or question the decision of Allah. There's an official mourning period of 3 days when the family will remain and have be brought food by friends and relatives. What does Islam say about grief? So Muslims are encouraged to have resolve and retain their trust in Allah's providence. This does not mean that sadness and grief are signs of disbelief. Rather, although pre-Islamic practices of excessive waiting are strongly discouraged, sorrow and tears are reflections of a gentle heart. So, how many days of grief are allowed in Islam? So, mourning grief of the death of a loved one and weeping for the dead is normal and acceptance. Acceptable. According to Sunni Islam, the mourning period is to be 3 days, except for widows who have an extended period. So, how do Muslims express grief? Maturing mourning rituals include prayer, readings, and moments of private meditation and reflections upon the goodness of God and the beauty of life. What are the stages of grief in Islam? So grief in Islam includes accepting Allah as well, expressing feelings, getting sympathy from the community, praying and pleading, doing good deeds. These stages are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance of the beginning. You may feel a sense of detachment, shock of numbness. Muslims are encouraged to have, resolve, and retain their trust in Allah's providence. This does not mean that sadness and grief are signs of disbelief. Rather, although pre-Islamic practices of excessive waiting are strongly discouraged, sorrow and tears are reflections of a general spirituality alert. Hart asked why his eyes were with tears. What to expect during grief times? So what to expect when you're in grief is grief involves a struggle to re-establish equilibrium in your life. Creating a new balance involves external, internal and spiritual adjustments. Some of these adjustments include accepting the way you experience impacts on your daily life or everyday functioning in the world, confronting the impact this loss has on your sense of self and processing the effect this loss has on your beliefs, values, connections with Allah. Sadness is usually associated with loss in Islam. You must feel down and cry more often than you usually do. It may feel like you have less motivation and find less enjoyment in activities. A way to counter that is to just be strong, and